Daniel chapter 7, Apocalypse, visions of Daniel concerning the future, the visions of the beast and the Son of Man. 4 great beasts come up from the sea. In the first year of Belshazzar was king of Babylon, Daniel had a dream and experienced visions in his mind as he lay in bed. Then he wrote down his account of the dream as follows. In the vision I saw during the night, I, Daniel, beheld the 4 winds of heaven churning up the great sea. 4 huge beasts then emerged from the sea, each one different from the others. The first was like a lion, but with the wings of an eagle. As I watched, its wings were plucked off, and it was lifted up from the ground and made to stand on 2 feet, as if it were a human being. It was also given a human heart. Then a second beast appeared that looked like a bear. It was raised up on one of its sides, and it had 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth. The order was given to it, arise and gorge yourself with bodies. After this, as I watched, another beast appeared, like a leopard. On its back it had 4 wings, like those of a bird, and it had 4 heads. This beast was given dominion. After this, in my night visions, I beheld a 4th beast, terrifying, fearsome, and exceedingly strong. With its great iron teeth, it devoured and crushed its victims, and it trampled their remains with its feet. It was different from all the preceding beasts. It had 10 horns. While I was gazing up at these horns, I beheld another horn, a small one, sprouting in their midst. 3 of the other horns were uprooted to make room for it. This horn had eyes like human eyes, and a mouth that spoke with arrogance, one like the Son of Man. While I was watching, thrones were set in place, and the Ancient One sat on his throne. His robe was as white as snow, and the hair on his head was pure as wool. His throne was ablaze with fiery flames, and its wheels were a burning fire. A stream of fire surged forth and flowed out from his presence. Thousands upon thousands served him, and myriads upon myriads stood before him. The court was in session, and the books lay open. Then I continued to watch because of the arrogant words that the horn was speaking. And as I watched, the beast was put to death. Its body was destroyed and thrown into the fire to be consumed. As for the other beasts, they lost their dominion, but their lives were prolonged for a season at a time. As the night visions continued, I beheld approaching on the clouds of heaven one like a son of man. He came before the Ancient One and was presented to him. Dominion and glory and kingship were conferred upon him, so that all peoples and nations of every language would become his servants. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will never pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. The kingdom of the holy ones of the Most High. I, Daniel, experienced great anguish of spirit, and the visions that flashed through my mind truly terrified me. Therefore I approached one of those who were standing there and asked him what all this truly signified. He in turn revealed to me that what all these things meant. These 4 great beasts represent 4 kingdoms that will arise from the earth, but the holy ones of the Most High shall receive kingly power and possess it forever and ever. Then I expressed my desire to know about the 4th beast, since it was different from all the rest, and terrifying to behold, with its iron teeth and bronze claws, and trampling underfoot and devouring its victims. I also wanted to know about the 10 horns on its head, and why the other horns sprouted, before which all 3 of them fell, and the horn that had eyes and an arrogant mouth, and whose appearance was more imposing than that of the others. As I watched, the horn was waging war against the holy ones and prevailing over them, until the Ancient One came and pronounced judgment in favor of the holy ones of the Most High. And the time came when the holy ones gained possession of the kingdom. This was the explanation he offered. As for the 4th beast, it signifies a 4th kingdom on earth that will differ from all the other kingdoms. It shall devour the earth, trample it underfoot, and crush it to pieces. As for the 10 horns, from this kingdom 10 kings shall arise, and another after arise after them. The last king will be different from the earlier ones, and he will overcome 3 kings. He will insult the Most High and oppress the Holy Ones of the Most High in his stubborn determination to change the sacred seasons of the law. They shall be given into his power for a time, 2 times and half a time. Finally, the court will sit in judgment, and his power will be taken away, with his sovereignty completely destroyed forever. Then kingship and dominion, and the splendor of all the kingdoms under the heavens, will be given to the holy people of the Most High, whose kingdom will be everlasting, and all dominions will serve and obey him. Here the account ends. I, Daniel, was greatly disturbed by my thoughts, and I turned pale, but I kept these things to myself. The word of the Lord. These prophecies often have layers and layers of meaning, but when we get to the 4th beast, boy, that feels like today, doesn't it? Our American government and international government, right? Our billionaires differ from the other kingdoms. It shall devour the earth. How we're devouring the earth for capitalism, right? Materially destroying the world that Christians are called to conserve. Not all, right? You know, Ted Turner, heading towards the end of his life, right, has now conserved more land in America than any other person, right? Specifically going after pieces of land where species that God created are nearing extinction, right? But man, this kingdom, that's one billionaire among so many, right? He's different from the earlier ones, right? He oppresses the most holy ones, right? To change the sacred seasons of the law. Fall, winter, spring, summer. The law of nature that God wrote. We try to change it. Not just metaphorically, but we do that as well within our own seasons of life, trying to seem younger than we are. And then nature itself, right? Trying to destroy it, to change the seasons. But kingship, dominion can only be given to Jesus, right? The one like the Son of Man. Have a blessed day.